Well, welcome back to Spirit Speaks. I am Rebecca, the moderator, and
I'm Burnett, the channel and medium.
okay. And so if you have not joined us before, we channel voices from the other side of life. So we welcome you and hope that you enjoy, that you learned something, and that you will be inspired by what you hear. And if you enjoy what you hear from us, please hit the button below, like us, and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. And so we're going to get set to channel a voice.
I also wanted to let them know about Spirit Speaks group. We have a community, and we are on Facebook, Spirit Speaks Community. If you like Spirit Speaks on Facebook, then you can also find the Spirit Speaks Community, and we do have gatherings. This summer, we just had one the day of this recording. We'll have our next one in July, on July 19th, and then we'll be returning to twice a month, starting in August. So first and third Sundays typically. You are welcome to look us up, join our community, and join the gatherings.
Okay. And so we have a Spirit Speaks channel page and a Spirit Speaks community. So hit us up on either one of those. You can click to join the community if you'd like, and that way you can keep up with all that we do outside of YouTube. And we'd love to have you join us.
Yes, and the links will be in the description box below.
Okay, great. All right, we're going to get settled and take a moment to quiet ourselves and our energy and allow spirit to come through. So who do we have with us?
Lucille.
Hello, Lucille. Welcome to our channel, Spirit Speaks.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us. Lucille, what can you tell us about yourself?
Well, what would you like to know?
Well, I'd like to know your age when you crossed. When were you here? To start with.
Well, I was here for 72 years.
Okay.
That's when I crossed.
Okay.
And I was here, I was about your daughter's age in the 1950s.
In the 1950s.
And I'll be coming back soon, but I wanted to make this trip to you all to talk to you all before I did.
So what do you want? Did you want to ask us, or did you want to tell us something about your prior life or the life that you plan to have?
Well, I hadn't even thought about the life I plan to have and talking to you about that one.
Okay.
But let's talk about my prior life.
Okay. So what part of the country did you live in when you lived on the earth?
In the South, in Alabama.
Oh, in Alabama. Okay. So what did you do? What did you work? Were you a housewife?
I kept the home, kept the children.
Okay. What kind of community did you live in? Were you in a country? Were you in a town? Did you have a lot of friends?
Certainly. So I lived in a town. It wasn't a tiny town. We had 2 traffic lights. Oh. And I lived close to town. I could walk places and see my friends and shop in the town easily. I didn't want to be out in the country because there was nothing going on out there. I had a good life, and I had all the opportunities I could want. I married a good man. We had 3 children. and they grew up and they were successful.
Okay.
But it wasn't all perfect, you know. I've been looking down from up here, looking at all that's going on right now, and I can't help but think that, you know, I was a part of that. I was
How,
a part of that culture.
how were you a part of that culture? Tell us what culture you're referring to.
That culture of separateness, that culture of people thinking that if they look like me, then it was okay. And if they look like you, honestly, then it wasn't. That culture that said that we could go wherever we wanted and please and do whatever we pleased, and you couldn't.
So, how does it make you feel now looking back at that?
There's a little bit of shame. There's a little bit of shame. We didn't know what we knew, and what we know now, you know, on the other side, realizing that it's all really, really just a mess down there right now, because y'all realize when you get here that it's just one. There really
Yeah.
are no differences. It's just experiences. It's just one experience multiplied across the many.
Yes.
And I just wish I had known that then, and that I had paid attention,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't have to. I didn't have to pay attention to anybody else's pain. I didn't have to see it. We could just ignore it because it wasn't happening to us.
Very true.
And I feel bad because I remember we had a housekeeper one time, you know, she was with us for about 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
and her sons were growing up, and she was so keen on them going to college. And she didn't make enough. Her husband didn't make enough. And I remember thinking, well, why not just make more? Why not just work a little harder?
Mm-hmm.
I
But
didn't realize. I didn't know. I didn't understand
what?
that no matter how hard she was working, no matter how hard her husband was working, there was just a limit. People
Yes.
just wasn't going to pay them or give them that kind of opportunity that my sons had.
Very true. Very true. Did you do anything to help her?
Well, I wanted to, but my husband was saying no. Sometimes I would slip a little bit on the side,
Mm-hmm.
but if he was counting the money, I had to be real careful
Yes.
because he now he was a hard man sometimes on that stuff. He was a good man. He treated me well, but he was a hard man in that stuff. He didn't believe in the races mixing. He supported all the laws in the land right then, and he didn't believe that we was equal. You know, they talk about all that separate but equal, but we understood. We knew there was
Yes.
nothing equal. It was us and it was them. And if we had the power, it's going to be us who had what we needed.
This is true. And it still is that way today. It's not spoken as much, but it still is there.
Which is a sin that it's so much time has passed and it's still that way.
Yes, it is still that way.
So, you know, I'm coming back, and I know I'm gonna start off once again as a baby, and I gotta grow up, but this cycle isn't gonna be over soon. It's going to take some time for things to get right, and I'm gonna be a part of that getting right. I'm gonna be a part of that next world when it's all right.
So how do you want to, what do you want to do to help bring this and make it right? Bring this to
Well, I'm gonna come
rightness.
back again as a white woman. I'm gonna do that one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I realize that it gives me certain power, opportunity, that I can influence things.
Okay.
By the time I come around for real and time enough passes, who knows? I might be president of the United States. I'm going to put myself in a good family. Family with money, family with power, where all the opportunities are mine. And it won't be in Alabama, I tell you that.
It won't.
Oh no, it won't be in Alabama. They got some issues in Alabama, I admit that.
So you don't believe that those issues will be cleared up by that time?
From our perspective, we're giving this some time. We don't want to give you time because the scale is different, but this isn't going to be 2 years, 3 years.
Mm.
Because all the laws, y'all have laws instituted,
Yes, we do.
ingrained. Y'all have systems instituted and ingrained. Systems that people like me and my people like me in the 50s and 60s put in place. They took a lot of time to put in place. They're going to take time to dismantle.
And those laws were put into place to keep us where we are right now.
And they did a really good job of that now, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
It's unfortunate, but it's true.
Yes, they did.
It's going to take all equally good laws and really good people to put some better things in place. And it's happening. It's happening faster than some people up here thought it was going to happen. But y'all have such a collective group of people working towards this thing right now.
Yes.
It's unique in history.
Yes, it is a wonderful time to be here.
It is. In the world, worldwide. Who would have ever thought that would have happened?
Yes.
There'd have been a worldwide coming together.
Finally, it's been a long time. We need this.
Oh yes, it has, and I'm happy to see it happening.
Well,
I think all of that collective consciousness coming together is making things move faster than we initially thought it would.
it will. We're grateful that it is, and grateful to hear that it is coming together faster than what was thought, especially from the other side, that it would happen.
Oh yes. Now, don't get too excited now. It's not going to be an easy ride.
I've heard that it isn't
It's
going
not
to be
going to be an easy ride.
Yes, I heard that we're just beginning.
Yes. Yes. It's going to be difficult, but I'm not here to talk about that part.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I just wanted to say I am sorry for the role I played, for the role people like me played in the history of this country. I'm sorry.
I accept your apology, and I accept your apology on behalf of all of us.
There was nothing right about it. There's nothing right about what's going on now. There's nothing right about the laws that keep people down. There's nothing right about it, and I'm sorry.
We're all here to learn.
But I will say that there are good people out there. There are good people who are making a difference.
Yes, there are. On all sides.
Yes.
All sides of the color lines. And we're all here on purpose to help each other. So.
And it's time. It's time.
Yes.
I just didn't quite make this part of the ride, but I'll be back.
Well, I hope I'm here when you come back and get to see some of the changes that you will help us to make.
I hope so too.
I hope so.
But you'll see it either way.
This is true.
You'll see it
this
either
is
way.
true. Just
I've
as
got
you're
to
saying
witness all of this from up here. It's a little different not being able to be a part of it, part of that energy down here. But it's a good feeling to see it.
That's awesome.
It's a good feeling to see it. And I just wanted to speak through you all because, well, there's not a lot that look like you, I'll admit. But I needed to come and say it to you.
Well, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
So that the people who listen to you will know that there is remorse on the other side for those of us who mistreated you.
Thank you.
We should have known better.
Thank you.
And we should have done better.
Thank you.
And it's not too late.
Thank you.
We can have a change of heart. That's what we need. We all need a change of heart.
Yes, we all do. Thank you.
I say we as in white people, most specifically.
Yes, I understand.
Yes. I just wanted to be clear because I don't want people saying we as in you need to change your heart. My people need to change your heart. it's honestly a disgrace to think that God's supposed to live in them. And they're acting like this. And then they go to church and talk about God and Jesus.
Mm,
But it'll be all right,
it
because
will be.
in the end, it'll be all right, because it's happening. And it won't be easy, but it is happening. You just hold on tight for this ride.
We will.
Hold on tight.
We will. It's going to be a ride,
Yes, it is.
but we'll get there.
You will. You can't help but get there, because time ain't stopping for nobody.
We'll get there. Awesome.
All right, now I gotta go.
Well, thank you so much for coming, Lucille.
Well, thank you, and you take care.
I will.
You take care.
I will.
All right.
Bye-bye now. Wow.
Lucille.
I feel like she was speaking for a number of people on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Wow. That was Lucille. Thank you for watching that, and let us know what you thought about that. Different perspective on what's happening right now with race in America.
Yeah.
Someone who lived in the position of privilege
Mm-hmm.
in the 50s.
Yeah.
And who didn't have to notice the pain.
Noticed, but didn't notice.
Yeah. All right.
Mm.
Thank you again for watching Spirit Speaks, and make sure that if you want to catch these videos, you subscribe and let us know what you think. Leave a comment and like. Thank you so much.